Hello and welcome back to Things Aaron Learned. This is a channel where I share knowledge that I wish someone taught me in hopes of helping you live a more productive and efficient life. I'm Aaron Anderson, your host and learning enthusiast. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to use Canva to boost engagement across your platforms for your real estate business. So, fun fact, I'm a real estate agent. I got my license about a year ago. I started during COVID when I figured I needed to do something else to keep my brain not from going crazy. And I fell in love with real estate and I've been doing it and I feel like I've been pretty successful and having a fun time. One thing that you'll notice is that you really have to put yourself out there and you have to create a brand and you are going to want to stay consistent with that. And I use the tool Canva. I am not sponsored by Canva at all, but I know a lot of agents that use Canva, and I've had a number of agents from my office reach out and ask questions about how I use Canva. So this is an episode teaching you some tips and tricks that I've learned in using Canva. This will be more of a setup, so how you can work more efficiently in Canva, and I'll use some specific examples. I created a diagram to help you kind of understand how to start, how to get going. So let's take a look at my screen and we're going to start by looking at the branding kit. So step number one, get your assets in order. This is going to come in terms of a brand kit. There's a section within Canva that allows you to upload your icons, logos, colors, fonts, photos, and graphics. This is going to help whenever you create any sort of new content to use this baseline brand kit in order to create whatever it is that you are creating. This changed my life. Once I got this over the summer, I actually paid for a freelancer that I found on Fiverr to create a brand kit for me. I gave her a number of the feelings and thoughts and kind of what I was hoping for, some designs that I was looking for, and she was able to give me back a couple versions that I was then able to use and import very easily into Canva. Some examples, let's take a look at it. So here are some of the icons and logos that I can use. You can see my color scheme is black and gray with blue and gold. So I wanted to keep that professional, a somewhat expensive look to it. You can see my color palette that I have that I just very quickly throw into my templates. We have different fonts. I use the Lotto font for pretty much everything. I got professional photos done earlier this spring, as well as these cool graphics that I can put behind different areas of my Canva templates just to give a little bit of an extra touch. And then you have these logos. This is my Aaron Anderson real estate logo that I put everywhere. You'll see this all over the place on any design that I create. Wanted a little house and I'm in San Diego, so wanted a palm tree to represent that. The next step, once you create your brand kit and you get your assets in order, is you will then pick a template. So Canva is so powerful because there are so many creators that have uploaded their templates, and I do use the Canva Pro, which I believe is $20 a month, and it is so worth it. Trust me, everyone. And so I will start with picking a template. And let's go into Canva and take a look what that looks like. So here's the home. When I want to create a design, I will start by just typing something that I want. So let's do Instagram story, for example. And on the left, it'll have templates. And I can literally just type in real estate. Let's do like real estate just sold, right? I finished a transaction. I helped sell a home in the summer and I have all these different templates. Some of them are interactive since let's do story. So some of them are interactive. There's like videos. I'm not seeing some that are more on the interactive side. Let's type in video. Let's do reel. So if you type in, like I'm doing an Instagram reel, some of them move. I don't see any of them that are moving, but let's just pick one. So let's say really like this one. We can choose this template. This is actually the template that I choose, and I can go to my brand kit and step one, let's just shuffle. So let's put my colors in here. Cool. This one looks beautiful. Let's take a look at a couple others. At this point, it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to get your information in here, and then you'll want to add your photos. So here's photos from my recent listing. I can just literally drag and drop drop it onto here. I probably want to zoom in a little bit. So notice how once I have my assets in order, it's incredibly easy to make this happen. Fun fact, when you can just drop like a picture or something onto something else. When you have a photo, literally there's this thing called BG remover, background remover, and in 2 seconds it will remove the background and I can post this here. And now I have an Instagram story of myself just hanging out right here. So it looks nice and clean and easy. So this is the power of using templates, something that I highly recommend. The next step is to create iterations. So you want to keep editing and changing. So just pick this one template. I'm actually going to go to a just sold Instagram like carousel that I did. So there's 3 pictures on here that I posted on Instagram. I wanted the square piece of it, so I have just sold. Look at, I literally used the template that has like the lines, but I just did a square version of it. I put in some of the details of what I did, represented the seller, key stats, reach out if you have questions, and I just dropped these pictures and photos into here and made it look as clean as I could. But when I was editing, one of the features that I use is I duplicate pages all the time. So I wanted to not lose what I was doing before. And so what I would do is I would just duplicate this page, and then on this page, I could go to my brand and I can just shuffle the pictures. So let me see if I like one that it has a white background instead of blue. Let's say I do like the white background, then I'm gonna go with this one. But I wanted to change this and make this font. Let's make the Lotto font. I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce that, by the way. And we want it bold, and let's make it a little bit bigger. So I want it really to stand out as much as possible. Now I compare these two. Okay, I'm really vibing this one a lot more. So, but now that I created that, I'm going to duplicate it again and go back to shuffling and get to see if there's different colors that I might like. So this one looks pretty cool, and I want to try out adding a logo. Careful, because sometimes it like will think that you want to replace something like that, but you don't want to do. So it's kind of tricky. That's, I'd say, one little annoying piece that I always have trouble doing. But yeah, it should just let me drop this in here somewhere. There we go. And I'll want to grab this and move it. Use Control V a lot, by the way, because it's hard to grab. If someone has a better way of doing this, please let me know. But moral of the story, I can drag and drop little things. This looks amazing. I love the way this looks. And so now from here, I can just go ahead and delete the other pages. So I don't need this one anymore, or this one. And fun. And this is the one I want to go with. And fun fact, when I have my next listing and it sells, I'm going to just come in here and use the same template. So I'm creating this one time and I'm not having to go back in and create a new version for every one. The coolest thing is that you need to, adding to that, having a post on Instagram is not the end of the deal for you. You also have your Facebook, you have potentially even LinkedIn, you have, if you want to do a TikTok or something else, or an Instagram reel as well, or you want to create a flyer, a mailer to send to the neighborhood for your listing. Magic switch. This is so powerful. All you have to do is start typing, or you can even explore, like they have social media. And let's say I now want to do something like, so let's see, this is an Instagram post. Let's change it to an Instagram story. This is going to take everything that you did and then resize it into the exact format that it needs to be for you to post on your Instagram story. I cannot share how important this is. I have done this so many times, and you're gonna get blown away by the amount of engagement that you get. And so take a look at how this looks. I can super easily come in, let's say I want to make this a lot bigger, and then move the just sold up. It essentially gets what you have and now transforms it into a format that you can use. I've done this and created, I'll show you something I did for my Facebook. So I needed a new cover photo on my Facebook, and I wanted to use some pictures from my last listing to have a Facebook banner, essentially, when you go to my Facebook. And I was able to do that and just search for Facebook banner, and it gave me this one, and I was able to just quickly move a couple things around, and it took literally just a few minutes to create this. And I do that over and over again with the different social things that I need. And once I'm ready to go, I simply download it with usually I use PNG, and sometimes I'll use transparent background if it's more logo or something, but I'll keep the size as it is because Canva already knows the size that you're going to want for a a Facebook cover photo. And so I'll keep it here, click download, and now I have a file that I can add to my Facebook profile. So multiply that by all the different social channels you have, and before you know it, you create one piece of content and you recycle it for every single other piece that you have. So that is the transform piece, and that's it for today. Going back real quick, so yep, following our path. So we picked a template. You can pick any one of these. So in this case, we picked Instagram or Flyer. You finalize it, and then you go backwards, and then you create content for other channels. Hope this was useful for you. It's a pleasure that I have in order to share things that I learned. So thank you for listening to Things Aaron Learned. I'm your host, Aaron Anderson, learning enthusiast. Have a wonderful day ahead.